Hello Scorpio, welcome to this reading. We're going to be taking a look at the career and financial energy for the sign of Scorpio for the month of November. Very happy Scorpio season to you. I hope you have a great month of November. Now do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. Let's go and see what we have here for you, Scorpio. Do make sure that you are subscribed to the channel for future updates from me. And all right, so let's see what we have here for you. I am using the Gilded Tarot and the Kipper Oracle deck, classic, right? My classic combination. And all right, let's go ahead and what are we gonna do here? We'll just put this up here. All right. Cool. So, Scorpio, there's definitely, how do we say this? Potentially some shocking news that is coming in for you here in this month, but it's, the news associated with it is good news, as you have the Eight of Wands. Okay, this is something that could come in very quickly. This is something that you may not see coming because of the influence of the Tower. This could be a little shocking or surprising here with the Tower. But there's something here that might put you in a different course, or there might be a course correction here, or there might be a change in direction here, or there might be something that you simply were not expecting that comes in. Now, again, I think the vibe here is positive. You have mostly positive cards. And the thing for you is, it seems like, Scorpio, you've been kind of fighting an uphill battle for some time now. Okay, some of you have been carrying some burdens in your career life. Some of you maybe have been working with or working for a demanding boss, maybe a micromanager, something like this here. And, you know, whatever's coming in here is coming in to clear away that old energy, to bring in something that is much more in alignment for you. So let's go ahead and let's dive into it. So in the overall situation here, you do have this Three of Pentacles. This refers to your colleagues. This refers to the people that you work with, the people that you have to engage with in the office, or the clients, let's say, that you work for yourself, maybe your clientele, your the people that that you've contracted to work for, all of that type of energy, right? When you get the Three of Pentacles. Now, this can represent rewards and recognition for building something great, as you see the anvil in the background, the mallet here on their belt. So it can say that you are being rewarded for your hard work. But, you know, to me, this feels like something connected to other people here maybe shifting. Again, this is for your highest good. And the reason being is you have this Two of Wands and the King of Swords in the past. So, sorry, Ten of Wands. If I said two, my apologies. Ten of Wands and King of Swords. So the Ten of Wands is a burden, all right? This person is carrying the weight of the world on their back. The King of Swords, while by default is, you know, somebody who's maybe authoritative, somebody who's a boss, somebody who's in a position of authority or a leadership position, somebody who's typically diplomatic, or, you know, potentially somebody who kind of will give you a fair shot. In the reverse, or in a situation where it's modified by, let's say, a burden, the King of Swords could be somebody who's a micromanager, or somebody who abuses power, or somebody who's very curt, somebody who's very like overly logical. You know what I mean by that? Like, of course you know what I mean. Like, they don't have a high EQ. Like, they are just all IQ, all logic, don't really spend time thinking about how you feel about a situation. I think that some of you have maybe dealt with somebody like this here. This could be, of course, the person you report to, but this could be as well somebody else in the workplace that's just not compatible with you. And I will tell you this from experience, because I used to work in an office and, you know, have a desk job and everything. It's very hard to get up in the morning and go into the workplace when you know that you have to deal with somebody who you don't vibe with, you know, you're just not compatible with. And I get a sense that, you know, you're doing well here as you have this Three of Pentacles. It's not that you're not doing well. It's not that you're not getting your work done or anything like this. It's simply that there is a lack of compatibility with where you see yourself going and how you want to kind of perform in your career and compared to the other person, right? There's a lack of compatibility there, is what I feel. I know that that's very specific, but this is kind of what's coming forward for you here in the cards. And so, yeah. Now, in the future, you have the Tower and the Eight of Wands showing up here. So, the Tower, again, this collapses a false belief, all right? So that's actually a blessing in disguise because we don't want to live in a house of cards. And so the Tower, it is a course correction. It does put us onto a new path. It is surprising. It is shocking. It's maybe a little bit challenging. But there is a foundation, okay? So the building is collapsed, but it's collapsed to its foundation. And, for you, I think trusting yourself and trusting that you have a firm enough foundation that you can weather or withstand any sort of challenge is going to be important. Now, here's the thing. The Tower and the Eight of Wands, for me, is a really nice combination because, again, there might be like an element of surprise, but the Eight of Wands is good news, okay? And it's good news that's coming in quickly. Actually, one of the things with the Eight of Wands is it's something that happens so quickly that it leaves you feeling breathless, like you didn't even have time to process, or you didn't even really have time to see this coming into your life with the Eight of Wands in the Tower. And so, it's also a breakthrough energy. It's a breakthrough card, meaning, the clouds are clearing. And I do think that there's something here about this energy kind of coming out or fading away here, connected to maybe a challenging person or people that you have to work with on your day-to-day. And let's see what comes in to clarify this Tower card. So, moving up the pyramid here, you have the Four of Cups, you have the Queen of Wands, Nine of Pentacles, and the Hermit. All right, so, wow. Let me tell you, this is very good. My intuition on this was pretty dead on. Not to toot my own horn here, but let me just break this down for you. So the Nine of Pentacles here and the Hermit. So these are both nines. Actually, the Hermit is number 9, and you have the Nine of Pentacles. These are both cards that indicate independence or being solo or being independent, being on your own in some ways. The Hermit is on a solo path here. They're on the path of the sage. They are becoming wise. They are taking time to commune with the universe on their own, right? This is somebody who's a solo traveler of the universe. As you can see, they are alone on this path amongst the stars. The Nine of Pentacles is about your financial independence. It's a very big card of generally independence. Both of these cards are very similar in that way. The Nine of Pentacles says that you can stand on your own 2 feet. You've spent a lot of time growing this bush here that not only provides this person here with pentacles, but also with fruit to sustain themselves. They don't need anybody else's support. This is also an energy of health is wealth. And if you're in the situation where you're getting up every day and you're like, man, I have to deal with Jerry or Karen or, Sally or whatever, or Chad, and I can't deal with these people. For some of you, you're going to make a you move and you're going to be going on your own here, okay? And that's why I said where it's like, this is absolutely, the connection here is people, okay? The thing that is changing or the thing that is creating a burden right now for you is people, okay? And so that is what's changing. And know that this Tower moment, there's nothing to fear here. This Tower moment is coming forward to wipe out or clear out the stuck, the stagnant, the challenging energy connected to you and colleagues or other people. And you will hopefully find new people, if that's something that you want to work with, who are more supportive of you and more in alignment with your path. But I do see you being potentially solo. I do see maybe some of you, starting a business or living off of savings for a time, or like living off your dividends, or living off your rental income in order for you to start a business, or to start, maybe like some of you, I'm getting a sense that some of you are freelancers, or you do something like that, or you are just looking to do like contract work, or there's something here where you're like, all right, I'm taking this show on the road, like I'm going to do this on my own, like I've built a lot of skills in the workplace, and now it's time for me to do this for myself. Four of Cups, just stagnant energy, like you're ready for a new opportunity. Queen of Wands says that you are extremely attractive to many people in the workplace, and if you're not interested in going on your own for self-employment, it says that you could easily just go get a new job. Like you're attractive in that sense. You could go get a new job. And I do think that some of you might be doing that here. Let's go ahead and let's get some Kipper cards to clarify this situation. All right, can we get a few more here? Okay. All right. Wow. So this is incredible because so you have despair, occupation, and great fortune. So the occupation and great fortune card, if you read the manual that comes along with the Kipper deck, this is literally the author's self-employment combination, occupation and great fortune. And not only is it self-employment, but it's a very big success in self-employment. And so, if this is something that you really feel guided towards, the cards are saying that you are supported in this path. You have this despair energy. You see the not hiring in the upper left corner. It's possible that some of you are just like, can I do this? And that's a very real question to ask, because when you first go self-employed, there is a little bit of self-doubt. It takes, how do I say this, a reframing or restructuring of your mind towards money, because we become to rely on our biweekly or monthly paycheck, and that's a very stable situation. Like, there's X amount of dollars coming in every 2 weeks or every 4 weeks or whatever it is. And as self-employed, there are actually way more opportunities to make a lot more money, but the stability is the problem for many people. And so I actually feel like some of you are maybe thinking about this, because I felt guided to just say that to you. Some of you are thinking about this, and I think some of you could be very, very successful in this self-employment journey here. Let's go ahead and let's keep moving up the pyramid here. So you have the High Priestess, you have the Six of Wands, and you have the Page of Swords. All right, so the High Priestess, this is hidden knowledge. This is secrets, maybe secret keeping. Some of you get the vibe that there's something funky or weird going on here in the office, or you have been in the past here. And you just have a weird vibe about people that you work with, or people in the office, or colleagues, peers. And I think some of you really want a new peer group, and I think some of you really want, most importantly, just rid yourself of this and kind of go on your own here. The Six of Wands is a big victory. It is taking a victory lap. It is exceeding expectations. It's going the distance, and it's a very positive card. It's a very positive message. It's a good win in the tarot. You have that Page of Swords, which can be about delays or time. However, this can also say that maybe some of you want to do some research here as well. Some of you want to investigate something. Some of you want to plan, research, do the more logical side of life at this time, connected to this employment or this new kind of solo journey. And so, do you have a website? Do you have a social media account? Do you have a plan for bringing in revenue? Do you, that side of it, I think maybe is what is showing up here. You have the Ten of Swords, definitely an ending here, and you have the Six of Cups. So Ten of Swords, you are definitely separating here from the old, okay? This is showing up as a challenge because the Six of Cups is something that is familiar to you. Okay, this is you moving out of your comfort zone. This is you trying new things. This is you, starting new services, starting new businesses, managing your books, creating Excel spreadsheets, building a website, marketing yourself, advertising, things that you don't have to do when you're not self-employed. This is very specific, but like this is, I think, a message that some people need to hear. Like some of you here are just completely shifting away from comfort, and that is actually a good thing, okay? Because when you move out of your comfort zone, you are truly growing. You can be sure that you are truly growing in life. At the top of the pyramid, you have the Page of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords. That's a big yes. Page of Pentacles is prospects in life looking good. The Ace of Swords is a breakthrough that leads to a new beginning, or a new beginning that leads to a very successful outcome. On the bottom of the deck, you have the Six of Swords. Yep, you're transitioning away from the pain or the challenge of the past here. And albeit specific, this is a very important message and a very good message for you. So thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe. Really appreciate you, and I will see you in the next reading.